Good morning everyone, day 24 of the daily video challenge, and today is going to be quite spontaneous. Last night we actually got invited to spend the morning and even a good couple of hours in a neighbouring village where our friends Paul and Wilmer are, and we've known them since we got here. Dad had that network and friendship before we arrived, so they've been good friends of ours for quite a while already, and it's going to be really nice to sit down and catch up because they've been in the UK for a short period of time. And although it is a little bit windy, I'm sure we'll get the kettle on and just have a really nice day. So we're going to bring you along, and who knows what's on the agenda. We're just going to wing it really and go by the wind, ironically. So we'll see you in a few minutes. So we just got back from the Paisi pantry, and we always have some really lovely treats that Wilma bakes, and they're always baked with love and sugar. So we've got full bellies. She even gave us a little takeaway bag with some Victoria sponge and some sausage rolls that she made. Absolutely came away fulfilled. We spent just numerous hours chatting about every topic under the sun, and just an all-round good day, to be honest. And you'll see on the side they also gave us 2 succulent plants, and we're always up for freebies like that because it means every little addition to the garden makes it that much more in the vision, like, if you understand what I mean. So Paul has actually suggested about removing his conifer bushes, and I'll show you an overlay as I'm talking now, near the summer house of their garden. They've got future designs and they're just going to be in the way. So instead of them going to waste and being destroyed, we volunteered to help dig them out and replant them in our garden. So I'm just going to turn around and show you our vision of where these conifer bushes are going to go. So I'm currently just near the front door steps, and the vision is, as we've mentioned before, we want to have like a grape trellis going across towards where the new wall will be built with the new gate in the distant future. So as you come in and you come underneath the trellis, we're thinking of putting the 2 conifer bushes on either side of the summer house door as kind of like a border, and they won't come over the path. There'll be like a divide, and then we'll have like grapevine roots coming up. So that's the plan for them. At some point next week we'll go over and maybe even get picked up to spend the day digging up those conifers. Now they're evergreens, which will be nice to put in the garden because there's going to be a lot of brown colour for a while as the garden comes back alive after putting all the soil from the swimming pool on it. And on that topic, we're getting to the clay layer now, and I don't think it's going to be that viable for the soil to keep spreading it across. Now most of the garden we are going to be building like structures like the raised beds, for example, so the ground doesn't need to be that fertile because we can fill the raised beds with fresh compost and the hergoculture method, where it's like tree branches, sticks, mulch and things like that to break down. So I'm not so concerned about the fertility of the soil in that section, but for the area in front of the summer house, we want to try and keep it as fertile as possible, and keep adding the clay on top won't do it any good. We have the thought in mind that even if it is a little bit clayey on the top, after layers of mulch and the breakdown and the worms start coming up from the bottom, we should still be okay. and we'll always be able to top it up in the future with fresh mulch and fertilizer from their local cows and things like that. So before I wrap up today's video, we're just going to have a quick check on the plants in the neighbour's plot, because we have had a thunderstorm recently, 2 nights ago, and last night we had the hurricane winds, and still today. So just because we've been out all day, I just want to check on them and show you the progress, really. The 2 rose cages have been shrink wrapped and got green mulch around the bottom half. So these 2 should be okay. Not much really to show you. The little obelisk, cling film obelisks are doing quite well so far, with green mulch on the bottom of them as well. You can see like that. So let's have a quick walk to our neighbour's plot. And thankfully the soil isn't as squishy as I thought it would be, and I've got my slippers on, so that's always a good sign. Let's have a look. I've got probably more weeds than vegetables, but the onions are doing really, really well, both red and white. You can see we've started to remove the tiles that were our like corner guards until we started seeing where things were growing. Come around here. Peas are doing really, really well. And we've also got a row of peas just there as well, up to there. So all in all, very wonderful day, spending time with some good friends and good people. And tomorrow we don't really have an agenda. We just want to see how the weather plans. Tonight is the -5 or even -8 on the horizon. So we're going to maybe even use the rest of those logs that Adam and Lynn gave us, because we actually used quite a lot yesterday because it was quite chilly. Because the problem is when it's windy and it comes into the exposed parts of the house and the wooden window frames and the drafts, the house can't hold its warmth that it's tried holding on to in these past few spring days. So we're just battling a little bit, but no hope is lost. We've always got the electric blanket on the bed to camp out on if anything gets a little bit too extreme. So a little bit shorter than usual in today's video, but it's just the way it goes. Hope you've enjoyed, and thanks so much for watching so far. Divisioning in.